Leanne, we need to be developed. And Karis was right. We had a growing number of leaders in the women's ministry in our local church, and I'm responsible for women's ministry. So I was responsible also to see that they grow. But I was like, Lord, what will I do? How should I do this? And what I discovered is useful for you, for me, for everybody in everyday life. And that's what I'd like to talk about this morning. This is the Everyday Princess, and I'm Leanne. Welcome. So it took a little bit of time, but I was at a meeting in Salzburg a little while later, and during the meeting, one of the leaders of the team said, I have a leader coach. And I'm like, leader coach? Leader coach? What's that? And afterwards, I talked to her and I said, what is a leader coach? And how can I get one too? And what's this all about? So she took out a piece of paper. This is my piece of paper. And she just made 3 circles on the paper. And she says, Leanne, every person that is led needs 3 things from their leader. They need to be led, they need to be developed, and they need to be cared for. I was like, beep, 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 beep. I thought, yes, this sounds great. And I rode home in the car with her. I sat in the back seat while the others were chatting, and I went through the whole website for her leader coach. And I was so impressed. There were 3 things that really stood out to me about the whole thing. One was, it was based on the example of Jesus as the Good Shepherd. 2, it was not just about getting a task done, it was about developing a person at the same time. And 3, it was for everybody. It was for every arena in life. It wasn't just for executives in an office. It was for moms who were teaching their children how to tie their shoes. It was for a person in the workplace leading a new project. And it was for somebody working in a church like me who wanted to develop her leaders. And I discovered in this website, there was an ebook. And I'm like, okay, I'll download the ebook. And I can't remember if I read it in the car. It was only like 20 minutes. Or if I downloaded it and read it at home. But I was really, really impressed and thought, this resonates with me and I want to learn more. And I would like to use this to help develop my leaders. So I contacted Terry Cook, who is the coach and who is the author of the book. And over Skype, he coached me in how to develop my leaders. So I gathered 3 women together who were in leadership. And I said, okay, I'm only 10 seconds ahead of you because I got the email from Terry telling us what questions to go through or what study to do. And we're just going to learn together. And that's what we did. Over the course of about a year, we met about every 6 weeks, and we went through questions on how to set a direction, on how to align a team to action, and many other things, which I'll share with you at a later date. I found it fascinating that while the leader was responsible to lead and develop and care for their people, one would be a strength, one would be a stretch, and one would be a struggle to do. But you were still responsible to do all 3. And the picture that I had was me making a snack for my kids when they were little. They loved a Semmel with butter, and a Semmel is a bun, with butter and chives on it. Now, cutting the bun was easy. That was my strength. The stretch was the spreading the butter, especially if I forgot to take it out of the fridge. So it was hard, and it was hard to do, but I could do it. But my struggle was the chives, because I had a plant and there was dead leaves mixed in. Yeah, I know I'm not great with plants. So I had to work my way through and pick out, and it was quite a struggle to pick out the dead leaves and snap off the chives, cut them up and put them on the bread. But I couldn't say to my kids, well, I'm going to make you a buttered chive bun, but I can only give you here's the bun. That's all I can do. No. You have to have the butter and the chives too. Or I couldn't say, oh, here's a pile of butter and chives. I can't really, do that other part, the Zemmel part. So here, just take this and this is your snack. You had to do all three, or it was not a butter chive Zemmel. And that's what leadership is about. You have to do all three. You have to lead, you have to develop, and you have to care for. And one of them will be a strength, one will be a stretch, and one will be a struggle. But you're responsible for all three. So I just want to encourage you that there are ways to be intentional about leading in whatever arena that you have, whether it's at home as a mom, whether it's in the church or the workplace or in a volunteer group, that there is space to be intentional and to think through and to not just react to a situation, but to develop people so that they can have a greater capacity to invest and serve others. This is, so you can see, lead, develop, care. I just want to encourage you, we'll put the link down below, is to read the book. It only takes 20 minutes. It was life-changing for me and helped me to be more intentional as a women's ministry leader, as a mom, as a project director. It's just been a great help. And I have, in the future, other videos in mind to give you more examples of just how practical it is. More to go. But for now, this is the Everyday Princess. And I would love it if you'd like to subscribe and tap on the bell, and you get notification each Tuesday when my video comes out. And it would be a real blessing for me if you wanted to like the video, if you did like it. So, the Lord bless you, and we'll see you next week.